We're doing a phone live. Let me just go a bit higher. Yeah, that looks about right. So, defending Elvis Presley, and I'm walking down the road with my funny stick in the air. So we've just been for a McDonald's. Now, you know guys, I'm on a carnivore keto diet, so I don't eat the bread. I just eat the meat, the cheese. So I'm gonna wait for a little while for you guys to join on. Now, I've been out all day today. So I haven't been able to really... Hi Stacey, hi Deborah, hi Colleen. I've been out all day today, so I haven't really been able to do a live. Even now, I can't really do a live, so what I thought I would do is just do it on the dog walk like we did yesterday. I thought I'd give a chance for you guys to join on. Now remember, your comments only pop on for about 3 seconds. Your comments pop on and disappear, so keep the comments short. At the moment, I am getting your comments. Hi, Teresa. So just short comments. Now the subject is again, why should Priscilla apologize? Why should Priscilla Presley apologize? That is the topic. Hi, Francis. Right. And some of you are saying, yep, that you don't care if she apologizes. Hi, Sue. You're not interested in an apology from Priscilla. Actually looks like it may rain. It's just spitting at the moment. Now, guys, a lot of you are saying, you know, the reason I'm carrying on this topic is because the last video, the last live stream we did, was me saying that we have to find a way to make Priscilla Presley apologize to Elvis, to Riley, to Lisa Marie for her wrongdoing over the last 40 odd years. But you guys are saying, well, I don't want an apology because we're not ever going to forgive her. We're never going to forgive her because she's done too much wrong. And I've had loads of comments from you guys. Some of you telling me off. Hi, Lorna. Some of you telling me off. Like, oh, I don't even want her to apologize. Yeah? Some of you saying, actually, I would like an apology. It doesn't, as long as it comes from the heart. Some of you are saying, hi, Jean, that even if she does apologize, she won't mean it. So, and the point of what I was saying on my live stream was that if we get an apology, which is something that many of you were saying to me, there's no way that she's going to apologize. Many of you, I would say most of you think that not in a million years will she apologize. And do you know what, guys? You're probably right. But there's no harm in trying, guys. There is no harm in trying. I think if we make, together with Team Elvis, I think if we make enough noise, yeah, if we shout loud enough from the rooftops, I actually think we do have a chance of an apology. I think it's possible, because you think about it. As we grow, defending Elvis Presley, fans want the truth. As we grow, if people like Ginger Alden and Mindy Miller are starting to notice us, even Todd Slaughter has emailed me. If people are starting to notice us around the world, you know, different, obviously we're being noticed by different YouTube channels, yeah? Then surely Priscilla has noticed us. Do any of you think, seriously guys, do any of you think that Priscilla has watched any of our live streams? I'm just asking you now. Do any of you think that she has watched any? Just want to see what you say, see how you reply. Do you think it's possible, or are we in dream world? Right, so Lorna and Deborah and Vibex. Hi, Vibex. So, I think some of you do. I think Colleen thinks yes. Yep, Deborah thinks yes. Now, Elaine, do you think Priscilla may have stumbled on one of our live streams? So Stacey says it's possible. Elaine says it's possible. I'm just trying to quickly read. Francis says it's possible. Jean, hi Jean. Jean says, I think she's heard of us. Now I think there's a good chance that she knows about us. You know, Louis in the UK with his silly vest on, doing daily live streams 2-3 times a day. Talking about, let me just get past these people a minute. Come on. Obviously, I've got the dogs with me, guys. You want to see the dogs? Keep the messages short, guys, because they're only popping up for about 2 seconds. So I'm quickly reading them. Now, there is a chance. Oh, thank you. Yes, have another little look at them, shall we? There is a chance Priscilla has seen our live streams, which I find, you know, today surprising. Yeah, thank you, Elaine. Jack Russell's, yeah. One is 11, one is 16, and it's mother and daughter. Anyway, yeah, we know Ginger Alden has reached out. It's funny because I went on Rare Elvis Photos today, and yesterday he was reading chapter 13 of Child Bride. Let me just tuck this cable in my pocket. Did any of you see that? Rare Elvis Photos was reading chapter 13 of Child Bride. I did find that funny, but you know, I love Rare Elvis Photos. I think it's great. Now let's think about it, guys. I know we are due to read chapter 9 of Child Bride, but we just can't do it. Yeah, Elaine's seen it, Stacey saw it. I did snigger a bit about it, because we've been doing it. We've been doing it for over a week. No, but I like it, guys. If we are inspiring people, I know that Rare Elvis Photos has done Child Bride stuff before. I've seen Child Bride stuff on Elvis is the Man as well. I don't mind, guys. If we share topics, it's fine. I have no problem with it. Like we've shared the topic of Dee Stanley, haven't we? Like Shauna did Dee Stanley. We did Dee Stanley about a month ago. It's fine. It's all Elvis related, isn't it, guys? Yes, she did. Vibex. Mindy Miller did chat with us, yeah. She came on and joined in our chat on our 24/7 Facebook Messenger chat. She was lovely, really friendly, and more than once. And she's posted a few things. It's all right, she posted a few things on our YouTube live streams. I did a specific live stream with Mindy Miller, you know, for Mindy Miller, praising her, because I do think very highly of Mindy Miller. And she gave me a lovely comment, a beautiful comment. I really like Mindy Miller. She's one of my favourite. But you know, I like Linda Thompson. I like Ginger Alden. You know, there's many of the girlfriends I like. You know, June Junico, Anita Woods. So there's a lot of Elvis had good taste. Many of the girlfriends he chose were lovely. Many of the co-stars that Elvis chose were lovely. So, yeah, I really do think we are growing. Yeah, definitely. Right, let me just get past this young man. So anyway, it is raining a bit, but we're okay. It's raining, it's pouring. The old man is... It reminds me of Singing in the Rain. Have we got any Gene Kelly fans out there? Do we have any Gene Kelly fans there? I'm singing in the rain. I'm singing in the rain. What a glorious feeling. I'm happy again. Where's the other one gone? So, yeah, we love Gene Kelly. Come on. Fred Astaire, Gene Kelly. We love it. Anyway, so we're talking about this situation where we wonder if Priscilla has watched our live streams. Now, Priscilla, if you've watched our live streams, we are trying to get you to speak to us so we can ask you some candid questions. Not candid camera. Anyone remember candid camera? Now, candid camera, that was fun. Anyway, woo! The weather's getting worse. I'm going to keep going. Now, I think we can get Priscilla to the table. Now, this is what we are saying to you, Priscilla. Please calm down. Please admit wrongdoing to Elvis, to Lisa Marie, to Riley Q. And then we will calm down and we will admit that Elvis made mistakes, that Elvis was also unfaithful. Elvis wasn't a perfect human being. And maybe we can meet in the middle and find a common ground. Maybe not agree on everything, maybe not disagree on everything, but somehow get to a point where there's a way forward. Because Priscilla, I think this. At the moment, you're a brick wall. At the moment, you are a brick wall. Now, nothing's going to change, Priscilla, with the Elvis fans. We know you've got your loyal following. You have your loyal Priscilla fans that you can basically do anything you want, say anything you want to them. But to us, the Elvis fans, Team Elvis, the Elvis fans around the world, we need some kind of, what's the right word, guys? When someone just puts their hands up and says, admit your wrongdoing. We need it. The fans need it. You need to climb down off the pedestal. And then I think at least the fans may listen to you. Yeah, this is what I think, Priscilla. I'm talking to Priscilla now. At least the fans may listen to you. Now, they're still angry, they're upset. They've got, strong opinions on the last 40 to 50 years. We want to know the true bits of Child Bride. Now, what we'd love you to do is tell the world about the real Elvis Presley. The real Elvis Presley, not the warped version that has been portrayed for the last 40 odd years that makes him look bad, that makes him look like a groomer, a controller, a paedophile. We don't want, my God, the weather's getting worse. We don't want all the negative stuff being constantly repeated again and again that makes Elvis look stupid, makes him look bad. And the people, unfortunately, many of the people that have said bad things about Elvis that are lies, in our opinion, were his friends, you were his wife. Now, Priscilla, you were unfaithful. You were unfaithful with Steve Peck, the dance instructor, a few months after Lisa Marie was born. You know about the secret love affair you had with Mike Stone for a year, and then you went on to live with him, demanding a divorce. This is getting wetter, guys. Now, come on, Priscilla. We're not going to hate on you. I won't hate on you. I will sit down with you and I will chat with you and we will find a way forward, and then we'll get together. We'll go to the TV companies, the news companies, and we'll ask them if we can have an interview with a famous newscaster like Piers Morgan, and we'll chat maturely as grown-ups, and we'll let you admit your wrongdoing, the cruelty to Elvis, the way he was incorrectly portrayed in the book Elvis and Me. Come on, Priscilla, you wrote the book Elvis and Me. There were no witnesses to that book. You wrote it from your point of view. Now, even you must know that anyone writing a book by themselves, from their point of view, literally making things up as you go, is not fair to Elvis. That Elvis had no way of standing up for himself and defending himself from all the things that were said in that book. We don't actually know if anything in the book Elvis and Me that was written in 1985 was true. We just don't know. Elvis had been dead 7 years. You were his, you had divorced him. You had moved on. You had many other lovers. Now, obviously, we know you took on the role of trustee on behalf of Lisa Marie with Gracelands. And the other thing that we dispute is you say that the idea to make Gracelands into a living museum was your idea. Well, we've proved that it wasn't. We know that the concept of Gracelands becoming a living museum was thought up years before you came along. Even before Vernon died. Because Vernon was in negotiations with Memphis. Then you had Morgan Maxfield, who you were engaged to. Unfortunately, God rest his soul, he died in a plane crash, which is a horrible thing. It must have been very difficult for Priscilla. Then Jack Sodden, it was his assistant, and he seems to have carried on from where Morgan Maxfield left off. And these people, and yeah, you must have been involved in the decision making, and you were the front person to launch Gracelands as a living museum. But the bottom line is the idea of it was thought up way before you, so you shouldn't take all the credit for it. Now, we've got Todd Slaughter in his interviews is also saying that he was taking tours. The British fan club, Todd Slaughter, who met Elvis weeks before he died, is saying that he was taking tours around Graceland with Vernon and Colonel Tom Parker. So we know it was happening before the Living Museum was officially launched. I think, when was it officially launched? Was it 1982? Now, if we could at least acknowledge and bring up all the good that Elvis did, how much of a beautiful, lovely, caring, loving, decent person that he was. Now, I know Elvis was unfaithful through the 60s, from 1962 to 66, but you weren't properly, officially a couple. Elvis still classed himself as a single man. Now, this must have been cruel for you. So I understand that. But once you got pregnant, once you were engaged and married in May the 1st, 1967, you got engaged, 66 December, and you had the lovely baby and the 9-month pregnancy. Elvis did try to change. He did try to change through that period. Now, of course, once he found that you had been unfaithful with Steve Peck, the dance instructor, the guy who owned the dance studio, that devastated him. And of course, he didn't want to sleep with you after that. But why is this weird thing being said about Elvis that he wouldn't sleep with a woman if she'd had a baby? Come on, guys, that isn't true. Does anyone believe that? Does anyone truly believe that Elvis would not sleep with a woman because she'd had a child, when we know that Elvis went on to have numerous girlfriends that had babies? I think Susan Henning might even be one of them. It's just another one of these horrible things that have been repeated over and over again. That Elvis wouldn't sleep with a woman that had a child. It just makes him look weird. And the fact that Elvis is accused of forcing you how to dress and do your hair, how to walk, how to act, how to talk. It's just so untrue when you know that you were nearly 18 by the time you had properly moved over to Graceland, that you were fully aware on how to dress and walk and act and talk and do your hair, do your makeup. Come on, no one believes it anymore. People know that the book Elvis and Me is based on lies, exaggerated non-truths. People just know it now. You're not getting away with it anymore. The fans are starting to come out now and starting to realise, especially with your recent behaviour with Riley Q after Lisa Marie's death. The fans are starting to see you in a different light. And the other thing, when Lisa Marie passed away, God rest her soul, the fans don't feel like you grieved properly. I know this, it's not really my business to talk about you grieving, but I'm talking about the fans, the Elvis fans. Elvis fans think you're not grieving for your daughter. And there's a big disconnect between you and the fans. We can try and heal that. We can try and change that. It is possible. It's not too late. And then the fans are also upset about the release of the film Priscilla with Sofia Coppola. They don't understand why you would go along with a film that Lisa Marie did not want you to be involved with. And Lisa Marie had emailed Sofia Coppola asking her to not make that film. And then after poor Lisa Marie died, you know, remember Lisa Marie, we also defend Lisa Marie. It's not just defending Elvis Presley, it's defending Lisa Marie as well. And the fans feel they don't understand why you would have carried on promoting that film even after she died. Fans are very upset about that. It was such a bad film that made Elvis look bad. Literally portrayed him as some kind of moody, drugged up, violent, grooming, controlling, miserable person. This is how he came across in the Priscilla film. But you're so proud of that film. You really feel that Sofia Coppola did a good job of that film, but it did so much damage to Elvis's image and reputation. So we just want you to try and understand there's millions and millions of Elvis fans around the world that are just so angry and upset. Yes, even angry, bitter. They don't even want an apology. This is how angry they are. But I feel that here on Defending Elvis Presley, I feel we can make a difference. I really do. I think if we get around the table and talk, I think we can find some middle ground. Even Piers Morgan, I say to Piers Morgan, if he ever watches our live streams, Piers Morgan, I don't understand why the interview went the way it did when you interviewed Priscilla, the way that you basically talked about her like she was royalty, compared her to the Kennedys. Then you spoke about Priscilla as if she had spent her whole life, and the only reason that Elvis was remembered was because of her work and her doing. It's almost like you didn't know that she was his ex-wife, that they had had this brutal divorce, this very ugly divorce settlement. Now, Piers Morgan, if you're watching this, do you know that Priscilla had 2 divorce settlements? Do you know the second divorce settlement, she took a lien out, a charge on Graceland, because, and for, I think it was for installments to pay Elvis, because Elvis could not afford to pay Priscilla. This was a second divorce settlement. Now, Priscilla, from what we know from the divorce deposition, now these documents are all out there if you look for them. Priscilla was demanding such a massive amount of money on the divorce, the second divorce settlement. She had to accuse Elvis of fraud and lying so that the judge would allow her to go for this second divorce settlement. This is all my opinion, guys, for entertainment purposes. She also was demanding monthly spousal payments of $6,000 a month, which was a massive amount of money back then. Elvis could not afford it. She also wanted a percentage of the royalties, Elvis's royalties. Now, Vernon and Elvis were pulling their hair up because they didn't know what to do. They couldn't afford to pay her. They couldn't believe that she'd come back for a second divorce settlement that was brutal, cruel. And a lot of this was happening in 1977 when Elvis was chronically unwell. At the same time as the tell-all book, the Memphis Mafia betrayal book, Elvis What Happened, was released all at the same time. So could you imagine the stress and pressure this put on Elvis Presley in 1977? And we know how that turned out. So my point is, Piers Morgan, do you actually understand that even though you feel that Priscilla has been so good to Elvis and really has boosted his reputation, his image and legacy, that the real truth is that she's also done a lot of damage, and the fans are very angry and upset and want to be heard. The Elvis fans feel like they don't have a voice. The Elvis fans feel like no one's listening to them. So they're reaching out through Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, and they're commenting on as many videos as they can because they want to be heard. They want the world to know about the wrongdoing that Priscilla has done. We as fans feel manipulated by the book Elvis and Me. We think the book Elvis and Me has been treated like history, my hair, as if it really happened. We feel that the book Elvis and Me is a rewriting of history from Priscilla's point of view, and every interview and documentary and biography and film and melodramas, TV melodramas, news clips, tabloids, magazines, all of it have been basing their opinions and questions and portrayal of Elvis on that book, and we feel that book has done a lot of damage. We literally cannot believe that Sofia Coppola would make a film based on what we would say, in our opinion, are lies. We don't understand it. Now, I say this clear to you, Piers Morgan, I don't hate Priscilla. I do not hate Priscilla. I want somehow to find a middle ground so that we can talk about Elvis, get the truth out, so the real Elvis can be portrayed correctly, so that the people around the world, including the non-Elvis fans, can see the true Elvis, the good man that he was. Beautiful Christian man with a love of gospel music, with a very humble upbringing in Tupelo, Mississippi, Tupelo. A beautiful man that wanted to help everyone. We want the world to know what Elvis was like. God, the weather is disgusting. We want the world to know the true Elvis. And I think, me personally, here on Defending Elvis Presley, I think that Priscilla would, with enough pressure, would cave in and give us an interview and talk with us. And maybe we can just, how can I say it? Get to the truth. Get to the truth. This is what we want. We think that you, Piers Morgan, if you're watching this, will come back for a second interview with Priscilla and be more honest and just ask the correct questions. Ask about the unfaithfulness, the divorce settlement. Ask about the book Elvis and Me, so that we know what is true in the book Elvis and Me. Ask about the book Child Bride, so we can talk about what is true and not true in the book Child Bride. I'm not getting any of your comments, guys. They're not coming up anymore, but I'll keep talking for a bit longer. We want you to ask the right questions. Ask about what truly went on in Germany in 1959. Then what truly went on when Priscilla moved to Graceland. We want to know, we want Priscilla to admit the unfaithfulness with Steve Peck and Mike Stone, the karate instructor, and just exonerate Elvis. We want the world to know that Elvis had some serious chronic medical conditions which was forcing him to take dozens and dozens of pills per day because he was chronically sick. Now, we accept that he abused his sleeping tablets, his uppers, his downers, his sedatives. We know We're not going to whitewash Elvis and make him to some angel like this perfect human being. And we clearly know that Elvis was unfaithful as well, and Elvis made many mistakes. We're not going to turn Elvis into an angel. So my point is, to anyone listening now, we just want to get to the truth. It's defending Elvis Presley. Fans want the truth. That's what we want, guys. So I'm nearly home now. I've been waffling on. Sorry, your comments stopped coming. So I'll be back on in the morning, and we're gonna start reading Elvis and Me and Child Bride. And I got many comments sent to me. You're very passionate about my last video I did, talking about trying to make the twins, Finley and Harper, be proud of Elvis, trying to make Riley Keough be proud of Elvis, because we think there's a possibility they're a bit embarrassed of Elvis because of all the lies that have been repeated again and again for decades. We feel there's a bit of a disconnect with Riley Keough, that she hasn't really come to the table properly for Elvis. We feel that many of the decisions that were made by Riley for Priscilla were the wrong decisions. Paying her $1 million, paying the legal fees of $400,000, paying, I think isn't there a monthly amount, like an advisor to Grace? I can't remember the exact role. We just think Riley was too soft. Even when Priscilla was demanding to be buried next to Elvis, thankfully Riley did not agree to that, but she did agree to Priscilla being buried in the meditation garden. So even that needs to be discussed. Now, we want Riley and Finley and Harper to be proud of Elvis. And we think if Priscilla admits to the world that many of the things that she said have been twisted and are not fully correct, even lies, in our opinion, we can make Finley and Harper proud of Elvis. Yeah? And I don't think it's too much to ask for you, Priscilla, or Piers Morgan, to just come together with me here, Louis, in the UK, Southwest UK. I'm just a guy at home who loves Elvis. I've loved Elvis my whole life. He changed my life when I was a child. I really owe everything to Elvis. And if you're wondering why I defend Elvis the way I do, it's because in my own way, he saved my life. I owe Elvis my life. And it really does come from the heart. He's worth defending. He can't defend himself. So I will spend my life defending Elvis till the day I die. And I think everyone on here, Team Elvis, and I think most of the Elvis fans that you speak to around the world would say the same thing. They want to defend Elvis to the day they die, and they're proud to. Anyway, guys, I hope you've had a nice time. I'm going to have to go. So go back to the wife and kids. So I'm sending you all love. Sorry that the comments are not coming through. And I'll speak to you all in the morning. All the best, guys. Love to all of you. Thank you, everyone.